guys a little bit about why this event came together. So it was about almost 5 years ago. Did anybody know where Bethesda, Maryland is? A couple of you know where that is. Perhaps you know that there's a basketball court. Gail, you heard this story recently. Perhaps you guys have heard seen a basketball court somewhere in Bethesda, Maryland, or at least you can imagine this. I was lying on the center of this basketball court, staring up at the stars, with tears coming down my eyes. I had just quit a job in a city where I knew virtually no one. I was terrified, and I was alone, and I was scared. You guys can probably all imagine this, right? I didn't know where I wanted to go, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I remembered this quote by Zig Ziglar. Perhaps some of you have heard of Zig Ziglar. At the time, I wanted nothing more than friends and nothing more than people to be with. I felt so alone. And he said, if you want great friends, go out and be a great friend. And that quote really inspired me and intrigued me. What does that mean to be a great friend? I didn't know what it meant. So I started looking around and I started watching people who I felt were being a good friend. And I started to look for ways to imitate that. And before I knew it, I had amazing friends that were popping up everywhere I turned. As many of you know, Inspirion, my company, was started about 4 years, well, more than 4 years ago, but technically 4 years ago on the books, right? I was afraid to start it any earlier. I started the company with a passion to increase communication and collaboration among people of different generations. I wanted nothing more than for young and seasoned professionals to support and help one another. That was my dream, and it is my dream. I had $37 to my name, and 2 years after that, just 2 years, I grew up to over $250,000. I don't have an MBA, so that was quite a trip. I'll just say that. Just 6 weeks ago, just from today, 6 weeks ago, I was sitting there feeling disconnected, once again feeling like a failure, sort of scared again, sort of that same place I was in that basketball court. And I thought, what can I do to make a difference? What can I do to make a difference in our community? And then I heard this quote. I want to read it to you to make sure that I get it right. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "It's better to light a candle than to curse the darkness." So I thought, let's pull together an event. Let's just pull together an event. Who knows who's going to be on this panel, or how we're going to pull together this panel in 6 weeks. And by the way, I put to the side any of the sane, the logical thoughts of 6 weeks isn't enough time to put together an event, or what if nobody shows up, or what if I'm a total failure? Did I feel all of those things? Absolutely. Terrified of them, frankly. But deep inside of me, I had a need to create a sense of community, because I believe very strongly in what you guys, again, Zig Ziglar's most famous quote is, you can have anything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. And I thought, you know what? If people would just get together and help each other, then this whole thing about the economy wouldn't be such a big deal.